Hello, Nancy. All right, it's the top of the hour, so I'm going to get started as people are rolling in. Welcome for the final live session. This is kind of a bonus session that was just added on a whim. As I said, this is kind of my idea to throw in there, but I hope we have some really good ideas for you today. We're going to talk about enhancing your course or coaching program with a planner. And today's agenda is we're going to talk about increasing sales and overall earnings with a course program planner, aligning your planner to your course or coaching program goals, and using a planner to increase engagement and results for your students. So I think that, we're not going to do a lot of visual stuff. Looking at stuff is going to be lots of ideas and things for you to incorporate. What you want to do is probably want to review our live sessions on using AI and Canva. Those will be very helpful in making what we talk about today a reality. And today we're just going to discuss those strategies and ideas and things like that. So I'm going to put the links in the chat for those lessons, and they will also, oh, why didn't that work? I'm pasting from my laptop too. So one reason why oh my God, except for it's not working. And there it goes. Okay. And why is that last link? Uh-oh, what is that last link? Let me just check because I want to give you guys the links. I'll also put it on the lesson page too. That is I didn't label one link, so let me do that. Oh, that last link is using AI to create better sales pages and offers. All those lessons are inside the Planner Creators University. I put the AI tools to create planners, AI for sales copy, Canva for planners, and then the sales using AI for sales pages and offers. So those will be useful to you when you try to implement all this. So the first part we were going to talk about was increased sales and earnings by adding a planner to your course or program. And I also wanted to highlight there is a subtle difference in those two things. And so a couple ways you can look at this. So increased sales is what I mean, like volume of sales and also your overall earnings. So you can create such great value in a lower price product, for example, and get more people to buy it, which overall increases your sales. You can also increase the perceived value of your product so much that you charge more for it, right? And that also increases your earnings. There's different ways to approach this. As you know, we focus personally on like lower ticket items because that's just how we like to do things. We like to help more people, and that's our plan. But both methods of, increasing the value to increase your conversions at a lower price point or charging more and having fewer sales, they can often result in similar things. I don't want to belabor that point, but just something to keep in mind. So let's talk about how a planner can increase the perceived is in brackets, but sometimes it is just the way the perception of your customer. And it actually is real value too, but the way your customers perceive your offer is very important. So that's why the word is there. A planner is a tangible resource that makes the course feel more comprehensive and also gives them sort of a roadmap to success. And also it shows kind of you're invested in your students' progress. You've created this very valuable thing that you want to make sure they succeed with. And then you could also use it to transform your course into a higher ticket product or one that, increases your conversions and helps you sell more of it. But in this case, if you're going to, we're probably talking about a higher ticket product. If you're going to print and ship a planner to them, something they can hold in their hands. That could be something you get printed by a company. It could be something you print yourself, or it could be something that yeah, those ideas there. But also I wanted to side note here is that I did talk about how we recently interviewed a lady in Tunisia who she actually prints her own planner. She has all this equipment, which is, obviously an investment, but not super, super expensive equipment. And she's actually created a whole video tutorial for us on doing this. So it could be something you can do at home, because I know a lot of you are wondering about, printing your own stuff, because if you're going to use a printing company, it can be quite expensive because you have to invest a lot. If you want to have tabs and things on your planner and it's not a straight book, it becomes a little bigger of an investment, less of a print on demand type thing too. So other ways you can transform it into a higher ticket product is to imply also that the planner is essential for implementation, right? It's your course workbook and daily planner. It becomes an integral part of what you're doing, and it becomes an integral part of their life. That daily they're working through this book that maybe helps organize their life, but also the part that you are teaching them, the part of their life they want to improve, right? You can do bonus training with them, like to maybe if you're not shipping out your planner, but maybe giving them the option to print out different pages, you can have a whole session on them creating their own planner based on the things that they need. And we're actually going to do this. I want to do this with you guys if you want to attend. In the next couple of months, we're going to have a grow your business in 2 to 3 hours a day class. And we're going to have a planner customization session. So you guys could, if you do decide you want to register for that, you'll be able to kind of see that idea in action. Or it could be just, if you ship out the planner, a session that you do with them to help them elevate their results and show them how to use it. Walk them through this, how to use this planner to become an integral part of their life and to help them achieve their goals. All right, so it could also be used to encourage more training purchases. So if you have a very high ticket program, then you might include everything for them, and throughout the year you might be you might be having sessions with them every month and things like that, and it goes on for a longer basis. But if you're selling maybe lower ticket items, you can still use this planner. It could be an all-encompassing planner in a niche. Let's say you help people organize their homes, and have a more harmonious home. That's your overall thing that you do. So a household planner could be a part of every course you release, right? But there would be different points of the planner where you're talking about spring cleaning, where you're talking about preparing for the holidays, getting kids ready for school, and you can have different classes for that. So then it encourages them to sign up for that training. Obviously, the planner should give them value already, right? That they don't need those courses, but it gives them a reason to sign up, and you are kind of capitalizing on the different parts of the year to do that. If you're going to want to present the planner in your sales materials, you're going to want to show screenshots, photos, if you're going to print it out and show it, videos, or, flipping through a book videos. And as people are using it, make sure you gather testimonials or case studies of people using the planner. A really important thing to do there is to pay attention to what your audience says. So say you have a training session. We have a chat log here every week, right? And we regularly look through the chat log to find some comments about things, or in the community, or in the challenges that we do. Like, keep your eyes out, because you think, oh, how am I going to get testimonials and case studies? I have to go and do work for that. But if you are creating interactive opportunities with your customers, they are telling you all the time how great they think your stuff is. Keep an eye out for that. You might ask if you can, screenshot what they said, or you might interview them, or you might ask if they have some further thoughts that you could share. So you're going to want to be incorporating that into your sales pages. And that's every part of your course or program too, not just your planner. So it's a double tip. You can also highlight how the planner helps with clarity, consistency, daily progress, lots of different ways to do that. And that I did link to that using AI to create better sales pages training. And AI can help you come up with ideas. You just kind of describe what your planner does, tell it what kind of pages you have, and ask it what it thinks. I'm trying to help people do X. How could I illustrate that my planner helps them? So you're just having a conversation with AI that can thinks on a different, not thinks, AI doesn't think, but it can see things that we can't think of, right? It'll give us examples. It'll give us ideas, right? So. Oh no, Becky, I'm sorry. Yeah, we did check in this morning in the community, but didn't see it. But just so you know, like if you guys ever have last minute trouble, like always email us. Melody will catch your email. I see Melody answers the emails, but I see the notifications. So if I see somebody having trouble, definitely use the email support for stuff like that, because the community, we might not drop in before we go in, but I am really glad you're here, Becky. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was aligning your planner to your course or coaching goals, right? So you don't just want to throw a planner in and just like say, oh, I added this. You want to integrate it. So you want to think about what problem do you solve or what goal do you help them achieve, which you should know when you're creating your course or coaching program, but you want to review this because you want to focus on the specific results that your students want. Example, do they want improved time management? Do they want to increase their sales? Do they want a healthier lifestyle? Create planner pages that directly relate to each course module, right? You want to kind of incorporate that. And if there is seasonal stuff about what you do, it's a great way to also incorporate it. How I talked about that, how managing our household, the seasons do bring different challenges and things that we need to do. If you can also somehow figure out how that works in your own market as well, and if you want some ideas, and we can brainstorm on that as well. What to include in your planner. You can have daily, weekly planning sheets, set daily goals that match the course content. For example, there could be daily journaling prompts for a mindset course. Progress tracking. You could include check-ins and progress. Why does it say progress bars? That doesn't make sense. That relate, or unless they're filling it in, they could fill it in. Progress that relates to course milestones. So maybe there is something that if you have a course that is over a certain period of time, they can keep track of their progress to make sure they're on track with that. Action plans offer spaces for notes, exercises, and strategies that align with all your lessons. For example, if you have a finance course, you could have a monthly budget sheet, while a fitness program might include workout logs. That's just one example. Lots of things you could add to a finance course and fitness ones. And the tip I'd give you here is that in your Planner Creators University members area, where you have the templates, those done for you topic specific planners, browse through them. Even if the topics don't match your stuff exactly, I would look through those Canva, just open the Canva templates and browse through them. We also provide them in PDF format. So if you want to do it and open the PDFs, that's cool too. But just looking at them will give you some ideas, and you could probably adapt a lot of those sheets into different topics as well. So let's talk about some ideas just to really get yours. These may not be your niches, but they will help you start thinking in that way, like what you could add. So the first idea I'd have for you is a stress management for busy professional planner, or if you have that type of course, we create a planner from it. You could include daily stress tracking, gratitude journaling, mindful moments section to schedule meditation breaks, weekly prompts for reflection on stress triggers, and managing work-life balance. So you're taking a lot of that stuff that you teach them in maybe training sessions and stuff, but putting it into helping them integrate it into their life with the planner. Idea number 2, home organization for families. So back to this idea, right? That could be featuring daily, weekly, and monthly decluttering tasks, checklists for each room, and a family chore tracker. You can include motivational prompts, a donation log, to be decluttering and stuff and sending stuff in there. Weekend projects, lots of different ideas of things you could incorporate. Or if we're talking about nutrition and meal planning for beginners, with add some daily meal logs, grocery list, recipe space, a nutrient tracker, include a meal prep guide, habit trackers for water intake. I'm pretty sure we have pages on that in some of the done for you planners that you have. Servings of fruits and vegetables, plus a section for favorite recipes. Maybe you give them some recipes. Idea number 4, nutrition and meal planning. That's the same one. How is that idea number 4? Oop, let's delete. So this is idea number 4, weight loss and fitness journey planner. You could have workout logs, nutrition trackers, habit trackers for exercise goals, weekly reflection prompts, include space for goal setting, motivational quotes, and a personal progress journal. So, like how we're talking about having prompts in it, you don't necessarily have to provide that journaling space in the planner, because that could make a planner be really big and cumbersome, and then they can't find their stuff. But you can include those prompts for them and perhaps give them a companion notebook or something like that, especially if you're shipping it out. They could have a companion journal or notebook, whatever you want to call it, where they can actually do that kind of stuff separately. You could also include space for goal setting, motivational quotes, and a personal progress journal. Idea number 5, building self-confidence for women planner. How about some daily affirmations, goal setting pages, and reflection prompts for self-esteem exercises? You could have a bravery log for noting accomplishments, an inspiration page with space for notes and quotes. Idea number 6, gardening for beginners planner. You could have planting schedules. And this is another great seasonal one, right? Because it can go through the various seasons. In winter, maybe you would focus on indoor gardening. And so, some lucky people live in warm climates where they can garden all year, but a lot of us don't. And then, summer and spring, fall, preparing for the winter. There's so much different stuff. And that really does lend itself to like a yearly planner. So sections to track plant growth. You can have harvest log, seed inventory, weekly reflections on gardening progress and successes. All right, I'm going to give you one more idea that might jog some things for yourself in your own topics. Financial independence for young adults, or it could actually be for anybody, but we're talking about a specific idea. Who the audience is going to be young adults, which will be a little bit different, helping them maybe start their retirement planning early, which a lot of young people forget about or disregard. So you could have budgets in there, things to track expensive, plan for savings. You could include monthly budget sheets, savings trackers, debt repayment logs, maybe ways to avoid debt, and reflection prompts for setting financial goals. So I don't know, how is that? Were those some good ideas? Can you think about how that might apply to what you're doing as well? Feel free to throw something in the chat if you'd like. I will keep going, and we can come back to those thoughts. So you also can use these planners, right, to increase the engagement in your program, because when other students see other people participating, which then it's motivating to them. It feels like, they're not alone. They have something also. They are seeing other people do stuff they want to do it as well, and then getting results, right? So you want that engagement, and also make sure that they're getting what you want out of your program. So let's talk about that. So you can use the planner throughout the training. You can refer to planner pages during your lessons. So refer them back specifically to things like keep this planner in their mind so they see how valuable it is and how it can really help them in their kind of weekly, daily lives. Assign planner exercises as part of course homework. An example, in a sales training course, you could guide students to fill in lead tracking sheets as they work on their strategies. Similar, but also making the planner a key part of the course. Embed, planner use in course quizzes, group challenges, right? So, where we do our 30-day challenges, or you might do a challenge, whatever length, it doesn't have to be 30 days. Maybe you'll refer them back to these planner pages that will help them work out what they need to do for that day. So you're kind of integrating all of it. You can also encourage students to share their filled out planners, right? Like, or specific pages. Maybe there is something you guys are working on that it would be really helpful for other people to share, not only for themselves so that they are, accountable to themselves, but also to inspire others as well. For example, you could use the planner during, like, say you do weekly sessions or monthly sessions where you kind of review everything, or you just have a meeting, then people can bring that to discuss their success and challenges. Okay, I got one more thing for you guys. And you could do, like I mentioned this at the beginning, and I said we're going to do a customization challenge in another training program that we're working on that will probably be November, maybe December. Anyways, offer customization and fill-in sessions, right? So if you're gonna, because I think that, a lot of times how a planner should look is a very personal thing, especially when you're trying to incorporate more than just daily, weekly planning pages, like calendar type planner, right? Everybody's going to have needs for different things. So maybe you encourage them to get a binder, tell them what size, suggest a size, probably not too big, like a 1/2 inch or a 1-inch binder. And then actually go through all the digital pages that you have and give them suggestions on how to put that planner together. You can offer walkthroughs for filling out specific pages. So for a weight loss course, you could host a workshop on meal planning with, the included meal tracker pages. That would be a specific thing to teach them, but you could also do training that would teach them how to put a whole planner together. And the great thing about it is that they can adjust as they go along too, right? When they're creating their own. Or if you have printed and shipped a planner to them, walk through that as well, and have an opportunity to show them how to fill stuff out. I have done it where, I've had workbooks and things like that. I go ahead and fill them out completely. I've done a whole training actually on doing that. I had a workbook. I actually forgot what the topic was exactly, but I filled out the entire workbook, and the whole training session was me showing how I filled it out and giving them a little bit of wisdom, like why I said these things and stuff as I went through. And people absolutely loved that training. Like it helps them, give them ideas on how to implement things. It also gives them ideas on where they might improve some things that they're doing, or they'll just find it, even if they're not working on the exact same things, it'll create some ideas for them as well. So lots of different ways to do this. It's always worth putting together and working through, like helping people I think you're integrating their daily life with what you're trying to help them accomplish. Not all planners will be like a yearly planner where it helps them plan their days and also work on yours. But I think where you can integrate that, like in the gardening planner, or the household planner, right? Where it becomes sort of a daily thing that they are engaged with, because it helps them organize everything about their life, but also helps them achieve their goal. I think those can be really, really powerful where people do that. I know, like I've had people say that they have they've actually made their own kind of stuff by just printing out and having a binder. I remember people saying they always had an Alice binder, right, where they would print out stuff and they were always looking at it. That's a pretty big, like, a good testament to people who are going to be loyal customers and stay around with you for a long time. So that's actually what I had to share with you guys today. Again, like, if you need to go review those AI sessions, those links I shared in the chat at the beginning. I'm not sure if the chat is set to allow people who weren't here from the beginning to see it. So I will put those links up there again. And if you guys have any questions or you want to brainstorm anything, I am happy to do that. So using AI to create better. Sorry, I'm just fixing I made a mistake on my link last time. It didn't have a description. Okay. All right. Try again. There it is. Okay. Those are the links to the lessons that I think would be useful. Thank you, Amy. Amy says that gives you ideas for creating products. Yeah. And I don't know if any of you have signed up for our high value course creation with AI tools training that we released this week. This isn't a sales pitch, but I assume that, like our customers like to learn from us, you may have signed up. And I think that training really shows like how when you leverage those AI tools and that you have so much more time to do really awesome things for your customers. Have these ideas. You don't even have to get like a lot. Some people object to AI sometimes because they don't want AI to write for them. You don't even have to have AI create new content for you. You can just have them enhancing everything you're doing, brainstorming ideas for planners, or creating checklists and worksheets out of the content you created. So all it's doing is building on what you did. And then you have so much more opportunity to make these awesome things. You have more time to do these training sessions, show them how to use the planner, because the planner didn't take you as long to put together, right? Okay, awesome. Becky is in there, Lars is in there, and Amy. Yeah, all right. Well, so any questions? Can I help you with anything? Anything in the training and the challenge? Happy to give you guys a hand, but we'll just have a short session for today, I think. Yeah. Oh, yes, could not beat the price. Yeah, we're in the process of really wanting to grow Eat Kid Hub University, have a lot of interaction on like as transparency and going back to what I talked to you about is having lots of activity in the community and comments on the lessons and stuff. So we have this really good thing for people to come into and feel a part of. So that's why we're doing all these, great prices to start with, get you guys in there early, and we really appreciate you being there. Lars says, one of my goals is to create a course and include journal planner worksheet cheat sheets. So I like the parts that you're taking up. Yeah. Yeah. That's never been easier to do it. I've always found doing those extras, those printables, those type of things, actually not that hard, right? Because once you have the core course material, making those manually is actually not that hard. But now with those AI tools, like it's almost instant. It's crazy. Yay, thank you, Becky. Yeah, we'll keep growing that community. I do see it's getting like a little bit more active. It is a challenge to grow, and especially, from going from like where people like to interact like on Facebook and bringing them into our own thing where they have to log in every day, right? They have to remember. So we're trying to give them reasons to come back, give lots of great new training, lots of things for them to pick up. So they're making it a habit. And I obviously share these things with you so that you can kind of duplicate that in your own ideas, right? Because I think that's what's really important right now is that like how-to information and like things are like there's just a lot out there, right? You're trying to create an experience for people and that they want to be a part of what you're offering. So I think that if you leverage all these tools effectively, you can do that. Like you can stand out from the crowd, not because you know how to make content fast, but because you know how to make it more useful for them, how to, give more time where they feel like they're a part of things. So Becky says, I look forward to going to community every day. For me, Facebook is hard because I get sidetracked. Yes. Yes. And for a while too, also now, when you have a community in Facebook, like we've gone from having a community of when we first started it, it wasn't very big. It was about 1,000 people. And our posts were being seen by a large percentage of those people. Now they're hardly seen, right? So it becomes more challenging. So we have to keep adapting and figuring out how to do this. I know when I first started my online business in 2002, I also had my own forum. I used PHPBB. I don't know if you guys, I think it still exists. It's just a message board you can put on your own site. And that worked really well because there was no Facebook. There wasn't other stuff where people could get distracted, or where they would be going every day. They were coming to my site. So then we switched to the social media model, but then those social media algorithms kind of screwed us over. So now we're trying again to carve out our part in things. Amy agrees with Becky. Jillian says, I'm behind on creating my planner because I've been working on creating a course, but I love the idea of a planner to supplement it, especially since it is a course on organization. Perfect. Right? So many great ideas here. Lynn says, I'm so looking forward to the AI training. I'm already using it and learn something new every day. It created a survey for me the other day. I now have to promote it and get caught up with this course in the next week. Yeah. And the lessons in there are fairly short. It really, I think the beginning part takes you gives you an overview, but the lessons underneath all the demos, they're fairly short. They're just showing you how to do different things that you might not want to do all of them. Like you might not need to do videos. You might not need to dub your course into another language. It just gives you lots of different things that you can do. Hello, Carol. I thank you. I'm here. Was in a conference and traveling so slowly, going through courses and seeing what I would like to narrow in on. Now I may be moving in a few months. Oh boy, step by step, want to add direct marketing. Yeah. Yeah, life does get in the way, but yeah, if we can make sure that we carve out a little bit of time to focus on the few things that we need to do, you can continue and have great progress as you go. Okay, one problem is that Grow Inbox is AI, and all say theirs is the best. Yeah, okay, true. I think, yes. So I'm not sure if you mean like the AI tools themselves or people teaching about using AI, and I don't know if this will be helpful, but the tools, I don't know. ChatGPT to me is the best, and everyone is always focused on like, oh, this text one is better, this is better. But I think what's most important is how you communicate with it. And I think ChatGPT has probably, even though they have some internal the people who are running the company, there are some issues there, but they are well funded. They have developed this and they are continuing to develop it. And you don't have to be totally invested in it. If you need to switch to something else, you can. It's just a tool. But it has come such a long way, and I think it's great. Like you don't need to be looking for other tools all the time. Just learn how to use the one you're doing. Or if you're if you're doing audios or videos, pick a tool and stick with it because it's how you work with it. Of course, when you get into specific things like video, there are certain features and things you might like somewhere, but Yeah. But if you're also talking about training, that people are trying to teach you how to do different stuff, that can be overwhelming, right? We decided to do this program, the high value courses, because it has a specific focus. And, a year ago, we never would have thought we would even release it while people were starting to flood the market with make money with AI programs. We didn't do it because we didn't really see, like, we saw a value in it, but we didn't really see exactly how to work with it. But now we see it in a way where we are able to provide a better experience for our customers. We are able to use it to stand out in the market because we have more time to do other stuff. We can create these great interactive things with AI, and we see that now. So that's why we decided to to fill up your inbox with more ideas of AI, because we felt it was time, right? That we have been perfecting this and really seeing how it works. Because I don't think it's enough to know, like, oh, I can spit this out of AI can spit this out for me. Yay. You want to think about how that fits in with your overall goals and what you want for your business and how you want to serve your customers. And I hope that that training that we did kind of fills in those gaps. And even if you don't use AI, same thing. I think all the training, like, hope that we give you those ideas on how to just do better things for your customers so that they come back, because everyone is so distracted now, right? There's a lot of options for content and stuff like that. This gives you an opportunity. We are trying to teach you, whether you use AI or not, how to stand out from that, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that maybe we'll wrap it up, unless I'll give you guys like another minute or so if you'd like to say anything or ask anything, or we'll be in the community. You're welcome, Becky and Amy. I'm glad you guys came. Thank you, Nancy. Hi. All right. So if you guys have any questions later, you know where to find us in the community. You can also leave comments on the lesson pages when there's specific things that you aren't sure of. And thank you, Carol, for being here. Thank you, Lars and Lynn. Wonderful. Take care.